A great friend of President John F. Kennedy was Congressman Tip O'Neill, who became an iconic figure in American politics and was Speaker of the House of Representatives from 1977 to 1987. He was a driving force in the peace process of Northern Ireland and also established the International Fund for Ireland. Tip O'Neill's grandmother hails from Buncrana in County Donegal, and their strong Donegal connections are remembered through the Tip ONeill Diaspora Awards. Sean Perry reports.
A very special gathering took place in Inishowen in September for the second Tip ONeill Irish Diaspora Award. It was this Irish-American politician who famously coined the phrase, "all politics is local," but there was a distinct international feel to this prestigious award ceremony, which was hosted by Buncrana Town Council in conjunction with Donegal County Council.
The greatest resource of any community or any county or any country are its people. So let's look after our people and let's offer them the opportunities that we can do better.
The award is given in recognition of the work of individuals who strive to promote the interests of Ireland on the world stage. Tip O'Neill's family gathered in Buncrana for the event, where Governor Brian Schweitzer of Montana was honoured as the recipient.
I, like so many Americans, have parents and grandparents who came from all over Ireland. In my particular case, my grandmother, Hannah Friel, the real Hannah Montana, I might add, she came from Rothmullen. In 1912, just a few months after the Titanic sunk, she came to the United States. She took a train to Montana and she homesteaded by herself, a single woman from Rothmullen, 320 acres on the prairie. She later married another Irish immigrant from Tyrone by the name of Mike McKernan, and together they raised a family in America. I think I received this recognition for so many Irish Americans who grew up in Irish households whose grandparents and parents came from Ireland. While we had never been to Ireland as children, and we didn't know it, we were raised culturally as Irish. The mannerisms, the way you tell a story, the way you laugh at a story, the way you raise a drink. Those are all the things that we learned in our own homes in a place like Montana, a long ways away from Ireland. But now, when I come to see my Irish cousins, I know I'm culturally Irish.
The award to Governor Schweitzer was this year presented by Minister of State Dinny McGinley.
I think it is very important for Donegal for a number of reasons. First of all, I think it's so important that we recognise the contribution of a son of Donegal, and particularly a son of Inishowen, that is Tip O'Neill. What he did in his own country at local and national stage, and what he did for this country and laying down the foundations for the peace process that we all have come to appreciate. And I think it's also very important that we do recognise the contribution of Donegal people, or people who are part of the Donegal diaspora who went to the United States.
Tip O'Neill's son Tom, who spoke at the event on behalf of the family, said that his father's grandparents were born just outside Buncrana and they always feel like they are coming home when they arrive in Inishowen.
Great to be back. My dad was he was a great dad, he was a great father, but a terrific leader. And the older I get and the more I hear and understand, the more I appreciate exactly what it was he did. Whether it was bringing a semblance of government that made progress in government with people who he either agreed with or didn't agree with, it was great progress in government, number one. Number two, I think the feather in his cap was helping to bring peace to Northern Ireland, and for that he'll be forever remembered here, of course, but he'll be remembered in the Irish American areas of North America as well. Importance is to have my father's name on an award that searches the globe for Irish people of descent who have made a contribution to their own city, their own state, their own country, and have made a mark not only in their respective area of getting elected, but within the Irish community, the Ireland community, and certainly the pride it brings to Donegal and to this area of Ireland. It's very important.
A cordial atmosphere was in evidence on the night as the audience listened to heartwarming speeches from luminaries such as Loyola Hearn, the Canadian ambassador to Ireland.
We were delighted to be here to show our friendship for our American friends, but also Tip O'Neill, as I mentioned, as with President John Kennedy, in my part of Canada, Newfoundland, where I live, and my own section of Newfoundland, which is basically 100% Irish ancestry, when President Kennedy was the president and when Tip O'Neill was at his best in the House, These two names were probably known better in our area than our own leaders at the time. So there's always been a connection. It's just great to be, as I say, part of it here tonight.
Mayor of Buncrana, Peter McLaughlin, and Donegal County Manager, Seamus Neely, both spoke of the importance of the event to Donegal and the diaspora.
I think the vision for Donegal is really to see the full potential of our connections develop, whether that is having people visit us more regularly, whether it is people who have, I suppose, access to resources in their new life or in their new existence to start connecting with us. And if there's employment possibility that builds from that, fine. If there's cultural connections that can be built from that, that's good too. And indeed, if it's even the fact that people would visit us and talk and help and share their learning with us. So it's really an evolving vision, and it's to see that the full potential of what we have is realised, and that's why we work at it and keep going with it.
Well, it was good to see the numbers that appeared here, but the calibre of people that appeared here as well. To recognising this award, I feel that this award will go forward, will be seen as a very, very prestigious award. It will be like an Oscar. It'll be in the diaspora arena. It'll be similar to receiving an Oscar.
The weekend concluded with Tip's son Tom and his wife Shelley unveiling the Tip ONeill interpretive panels on the Buncrana shorefront.
It was a year ago that we unveiled the sculptured head of my dad, and now we have the narrative to tell folks coming by exactly what it's all about and the role he played in American politics to help bring Irish peace here to Ireland. You know, we've always considered Donegal to be our home and our rooting for the O'Neill family, but to have the wonderful family and friends that we have here, and the celebration of not only Tip ONeill but everybody coming together to enjoy it is fabulous.
Sean Perry reporting for Donegal TV at the Tip ONeill Award ceremony.